Okay guys, we're back on the Fiero triple build, and right now we're getting closer to getting Fiero red done. But before we get on that, I just want to mention a little occurrence that happened with Fiero blue. Don't know how it happened, but I got a really nasty scratch in the hood going this way. And luckily for me, it didn't go all the way through the clear. So after several hours of polishing and wet sanding, I managed to get the scratch out, and the hood looks even better than it did before. So kind of glad that it happened, because it allowed me to even make the hood even shinier than it was before. So after that heart attack faded, I decided to get back on the build and try and add a little extra detail to this build. And I'm gonna do that by adding photo etched windshield wipers. This is from Model Car Garage. This is kit number 2013. They're stock windshield wipers. These are photo etched windshield wipers, and basically you have to cut them out, bend them up, and assemble them yourself, which is really interesting in the fact that they're so tiny, and you have to actually bend the photo etch for the wiper arms. So I'm going to show you how I figured out to do this, and created a semi-jig to get the wipers very similar to, in the same orientation, arm to the blade, using the semi-jig that I made up. Well, I'll explain what that is. Because when you're attaching the wiper arm to the blade, there's no real attachment point. You just kind of have to make it fit. Or I could be wrong about that. There looks like there's a little tab on the end there, which does not fit into the wiper arm. Okay, that's great. Anyway, I'm going to tell you guys how I figured out to make it work. Because this little tab, let me see if I can zoom in on that. There's a little tab at the end of the wiper arm that's supposed to slot into the blade on that little hole right there on the... Can you guys see that? Right there. And I could not get that to fit without bending the crap out of it. But I figured out another way to make it fit that looks pretty good. And once you lay some paint on it, you won't even realize that it's not sitting inside the blade. And I'm going to show you guys how I did that now. First, I want to show you the 3 blades I've got done. The first one here didn't come out perfect because it was my first one, and before I figured out how to line everything up, it didn't exactly go perfectly. Still usable, and with a little paint on it, you'll never even see the fact that it's a little bit out of alignment with itself. The next 2, I used my little semi-jig and got them to come out pretty well. So as you can see, you've got a full wiper arm. I don't want to twist it too much. I don't want to drop these things. And a nice detail to the blade. It's going to look really good on the car. So let's go into how we make these. First thing I'm going to do is cut them out of the sprue, and so that we can start making them. So I come over here to the side, where definitely makes it good if you cut on a hard surface, as cutting on a soft surface will only bend the photo etch. So first thing I'm going to do is just snip photo etch out. Take out the arm first. Okay, hope I was on screen when I did all of that. Yeah, I think I was. Okay, this is the wiper arm. And I don't know, let me see if I can lay it down here. Let's see, there we go. Wow, the zoom on this camera is amazing. Now you see the two lines on the wiper arm. That's where you're gonna. Those are the fold lines for the arm itself. Now to fold it, I'm going to use my photo etch bending tool. Got this off Amazon, and it works really well for this type of stuff. Okay. Now, the photo etch bending tool comes with a razor blade. And what you're going to do is, this tool, these are all of the bending surfaces all around the perimeter of the tool. And you're just going to use the one that's most likely, which is going to work best for whatever it is that you're bending. And basically, it's just a press that holds the part, and then you're going to bend it up. It's really simple. Alright, now the first thing I'm going to do is set this up for the camera so you guys can see what I'm doing. Let's turn it this way. We're going to line up the wiper blade on the small etched line. And you gotta make sure you don't catch the wiper arm underneath the press. Okay. Now, what you're gonna do is you're gonna use the razor blade to get underneath, and you're just gonna bend upward, and that's going to give you your first bend on the arm itself. Hope you guys can see that. Then I'm going to pick, let's see, so now we have to pick a different side because you're going to bend the other side, well, hopefully not damaging what you just bent. So I have found that, if I don't knock the camera out of the way, whoops. I have found that this, and make sure that I'm still in camera range here. Okay. I found that this bit here is the best one for this process right here. And there we go. Looks like we are just right. We're going to fold that over. Right there. Just make sure that everything is all the way over. Okay, that's good. And here we have, let's see, our first wiper arm. Don't know if you guys can actually see that. Let me reposition the camera, give you guys a better look at it. Alright guys, and here you can see we have our wiper arm all bent into the correct shape. Now we're going to set it up to install our blade. Okay, first thing we're going to do is cut out our blade. Now, I told you guys I had a semi-jig. This is what I was talking about. But first, before we do that, let me see if I can actually get this to fit the way it's supposed to. No. The hole's just a little bit too small. Hole's just a little bit too small. So, let me show you what I'm going to do now. I have a bit of sticky tack that I use as my jig. Now that little blob of sticky tack I've used to make the other blades. I use that to make the other blades. So now it has the impression of the blades that I have previously assembled and the arms. So I have the cutout here where the blade drops in. That's going to hold the blade there. And now, to position the arm right where I want it, now all I have to do is drop it into the impression that the previous arm made. Line it up with the blade right where I want it. The previous arm was right there. And that will hold the blade together. And for comparison, I look at one of my previous ones, and that is very close to what the previous one was. Now we'll take a drop of super glue, and we'll just put a drop right there where the arm contacts the blade. And so that we don't have a big lump of super glue there, I'll use my cotton bud before the glue dries to soak up the excess. Leaving us with nothing but enough super glue to hold the arm to the blade. Now, most of the time it comes out on the first shot. Every once in a while I will have to apply a little more super glue. To get these parts to hold together. This time I may have to apply another drop, but let's see what happens with our accelerator. And it looks like we have another successful wiper arm. So there you go, guys. Now we have 4 wipers ready to go for both these cars. 2 sport style wipers with the holes cut into the wiper arm, along with the smooth style arms, or smooth style wiper blades, I guess I'll call them. So now these are ready to be installed on the car. And I have 2 more for the next 2 builds. Again, great little kit from Model Car Garage. Alright guys, and here we go. This is the kit designed wipers, the way they're installed on Fiero Gray. You can see that they're not the best looking wipers ever designed for a model kit. And now over here we have, let's see if we can't adjust our focus there. There we go. Here we have our photo etch wipers installed on the car. And they look amazing. These wipers from Model Car Garage really do have a much more realistic appearance than these. Alright guys, for the final part of this video, we're going back to Fiero Red. And you can see that it now has the front end attached. So we have the nose on the car, the hood installed, the windshield in. Temporarily, the windshield's not done yet. We still have to attach the interior rearview mirror. And we're working on getting the rear glass set up. As you can see, I have painted the border around the rear glass the same way I did for Fiero Blue. And this time I thickened up the border just a little bit so that it would be a little more prominent, as I don't think I made it quite thick enough in Fiero Blue. So that's going to do it for this video and this quick little update on where we're at with the models, plural. And I guess we'll see you on the next one when we continue with this triple build, which is slowly turning into a single build as Fiero Blue's almost done. So now it's just a lot of assembly work on Fiero Red and a lot of trim work. Alright guys, that's going to be it. And remember, like, subscribe, give a thumbs up, hit that notification bell. That way you'll know when the next new episode of this build comes on. And I guess I will see you guys on the next one.